Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tamara from One Divine Love, and today I'm going to talk to you about something absolutely essential on your twin flame journey, and that is boundaries. And boundaries are not just about saying no to something or something that you don't want. They are like vibrational signals to the universe. And every boundary that you set is either a yes or a no to certain energies in your life. And on your twin flame journey, mastering boundaries is crucial. So let's talk about like why healthy boundaries matter and also how they help you align with your twin flame union. So first, let's just talk about like what boundaries are. So boundary is a vibrational communication. It tells the universe what you are choosing to allow into your space and also what you are not allowing in your space. So without clear boundaries, basically, you're like an open door and you're allowing anything and everything to enter your energy field, which can create chaos and also attract experiences that you really don't want. So if you think of your life like a computer, it was described this way, where a computer operates on like two basic instructions, like ones and zeros, or yes, or on or off. And so your life is kind of like that with your energy. So if your choices boil down to yes and no, and each yes and no programs your reality and it shapes the experiences and therefore it changes the relationships that you're going to attract. So when something happens in your reality that you like, you want to say yes to more of that. But when something happens in your reality that you don't like, you really want to put a boundary with that and say no to that energy. And it really works. And you want to get really clear and ask yourself, are you saying yes to something that feels bad out of fear? Or are you denying yourself things that feel good out of fear? So like this awareness is also really important so that you can transform negative experiences and move towards the reality that you actually desire. So on your twin flame journey, boundaries are even more important because your twin flame mirrors everything within you. So they're going to mirror your fears and your wounds and also the love. So because you share that one consciousness, when you don't have strong boundaries, you might allow like fear and control or unhealthy patterns to dictate your experience. And this is why some twin flames will struggle with like runner-chaser dynamics or deep emotional turmoil. But the good news is you really have the power to shift your reality by mastering your boundaries. Like you are so powerful. And by saying no to fear, no to self-abandonment, no to old patterns, you automatically say yes to the opposite of that. Like yes to love, to inner peace, to harmony. And so that every no, you're calling in the opposite of that and a yes to, more respect, divine alignment, more peace, more love. And how you go about setting these boundaries, let's talk about that for a second and how, these healthy boundaries are going to really support your union and your ascension. So here's a few key concepts. One, feel into your choices. Like you want to pay attention to what or how something makes you feel. Does it feel like expansive and loving? Is it aligned with your soul and love? Or does it create resistance and fear and deplete your energy? You always want to be moving towards what feels good. Two, you want to place boundaries in a loving way. It's not about rejecting someone or pushing someone away. It's not about control, and it's not about punishing another person. It's about choosing to love yourself. It's about protecting your own peace and honoring what feels good to you. Boundaries are never about the other person. They're only about you. And you want to honor your energy. Like, don't be afraid to step away from people or situations or even patterns and habits that pull you away from your highest and best self. Your energy is sacred, and you want to treat it that way, that it's sacred. 4, recognize the power of your yes. Like every no creates a space for yes. Yes to more love, to more peace, to deeper alignment with your twin flame and your life purpose. Like you're literally like creating your reality with those choices. 5, you want to trust the process, because when you start placing boundaries, things may shift in your reality. Like certain relationships may change, parts of your old life might fall away, but trust that this is making room for your perfect life of love and the things that you actually want to experience. And I want to talk to you about like why support on the journey is important, because the twin flame journey it's really a path of spiritual growth, like deep spiritual growth, and you're really not meant to walk it alone. And healing, especially around boundaries, it does take time and it does take support. Personally, I did not grow up having boundaries or learning how to place a boundary. Like I was completely unfamiliar with boundaries. And when I began my twin flame journey, I really struggled placing boundaries. I believed that I had to get someone else's permission to place a boundary, but that's not correct at all. That's not true. A boundary is placed, like I was saying, to protect your own peace and your own well-being. It's never about another person. So if someone is upset at your boundary, then there isn't really respect there in the relationship. Because if someone really respects and values you, they're also going to respect your boundary. And another point that helped me was that when you place a boundary, you are not responsible if that boundary upsets someone else, because you cannot create in another person's reality. You were never responsible for another person's emotions. So when you place a boundary to honor yourself, maybe this other person was used to being codependent on you or controlling you in some way. And when you place a boundary and now you no longer allow them to take from you or control you, they may get upset, but you're not responsible for their reaction to that. So if you think about it like, you have a house and you've got your yard and your white picket fence or something, your fence around there represents your boundaries. So people are going to come along every day, they're going to throw things on your yard. But something that you like, you say yes to that. But what someone is throwing in your yard that you don't like, you say no to that, and you place a boundary. So it's just like, this is you, this is your space and your peace, and you get to choose what you want to experience in it. And every day you will be tested about what you do or don't want to experience in your reality. Like you do get those tests. And so you do create your reality with your choices, your thoughts, and your beliefs. So let's give you an example. So let's say someone was using guilt to try to control or influence your behavior. So you're going to first place a boundary with the guilt by making a choice. Like I choose to place a boundary with guilt. Then you're also going to do the mirror exercise and love yourself in that place where you were, trying to use guilt with yourself to change your behavior. Since that experience would be a mirror for you and a place for you to love yourself so that you can experience something different in your reality. So you want to stop guilting yourself and then stop attracting it. And if you are interested in healing separation from your twin flame, or deepening your relationship with your twin flame, or learning how to place boundaries, I invite you to check out my website for coaching. I'm a certified twin flame ascension coach, and I guide people to heal separation from your twin flame. And if you comment union on the bottom of this post, then I will give you a complimentary 30-minute consultation where we can talk about next steps on your journey. And, a package that I may recommend to you, I have a promotion of a new moon awakening package where you get to try 4 weeks of group coaching and an additional one-on-one private coaching session with me, which is like a good way to introduce yourself to the journey. And I know that on my journey, I would not have been able to make it to where I am without the support of a coach. So we are trained to be able to interpret what's happening in your reality and in your twin flame union and be able to guide you properly to heal those places in your shared consciousness that is, resulting in separation in your reality. So I hope you found this video helpful. I am Tamara from One Divine Love. Please hit like, subscribe, and share. And if you have any topics that you would like discussed in a next video, please feel free to share that too. I'd love to hear from you. And hope you enjoy this video. See you guys next time.